Yeah.
Yep. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the UnCalled Four, What Grinds Our Gears. Tonight we are celebrating Glober Mommy's year anniversary on YouTube. Congratulations! And for those who are celebrating, happy Mother's Day. And now over to Elia.
Happy Mother's Day, Amy. You
Thank
are
you.
not only a wonderful mother, but you're such an inspiration, and you mean a lot to me as a friend and as a person and as a co-host. So I just want to make sure that you know how much I appreciate you and I admire you and look up to you so much.
Thank you so much.
We're not going to cry. We're not going to cry.
No crying. No crying.
So I want to mirror Amy's sentiments and give a very happy Mother's Day to the mothers, the fathers who are the mothers too, and fur baby mamas as well. It is such a special day. So hold on to those you love and hold on to them tightly. So happy Mother's Day. And of course, as always, we have our trusty panel with us. Strackling, how are you, love?
I'm doing pretty well, thanks. Howdy, everybody. Not too much going on over here today. I did spend the day with my family for Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day again to everybody. I know everybody said that already, but just want to reiterate that statement. We definitely appreciate all the mothers, and not a whole lot else going on in my neck of the woods at the moment.
Awesome. Well, of course, always lovely to see you and chat with you. And our guest tonight is Vishanti. I'm going to save the anniversary girl for last. So, hi, Vishanti.
Hello, everybody. Happy anniversary, Glober Mommy.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to have you on, Vishanti. You just fit right in with us so well, and we love you and we appreciate you. So thank you so much for always taking the time to come on and join us. And as a special tonight, you came on just specifically for Glober Mom's anniversary. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for letting me.
What's going on in your world? Anything new coming up for NASA Black Site?
Well, we had some fun with Quitties the Sprinkler last night, who I told AT2 Productions is his voice twin. So if you haven't gone back and listened to that stream, you prepare to be a little bit freaked out. Yeah, we're working on some really cool guests in the coming weeks, so stay tuned.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. And as always, we have our favorite person behind the scenes who is helping us produce these shows week over week over week. And that is the one and only Bull. Hi, Bull. How are you?
I am well. I'm glad everyone else is doing good. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
For sure. Anything exciting coming up for you in the next couple of weeks? Anything production-wise that you're going to be doing you're really excited about?
Well, I think what you're talking about is what's happening on Saturday with you and Christ Puncher over on that channel. What's the name of that channel again? Can you tell the audience? Ilya
and Punchy's Stupidly Creepy Show.
Ilya and Punchy's Stupidly Creepy Show. So we're going to cover a lot of woo, from my understanding.
Yes.
So, yes. Lots of fun.
It's fun. And Cross Puncher can link our channel in the sub chat. Please come in and subscribe. We are going to be launching with Bull as our producer this coming Saturday, the 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Our first guests are going to be Mr. Serious and Roxy/Ivy Heretic from the Dutch Heretic channel. And we are going to be starting off with Siren Head. So it's going to be a pretty interesting episode where we're looking at quote unquote real Siren Head footage, the origination of Siren Head, and we're going to be picking it apart and having a lot of fun with it. So
that is so funny that you brought that up, because I follow the guy that kind of created it on Twitter, and I have just been binging all his spooky shit this week. So, that's awesome.
Yes, and it's going to be so much fun. So definitely come and check it out. And as we proceed forward, we do also want to give a shout out. I received this week the most special message that I've ever received in regards to my, I don't know if I would call this a career, but my time here on YouTube and in this community, from Chris Victory, Mr. Victory, where his daughter Riley, who we all know on this channel and love very much, she is learning animation And so her first little video she did about me. So he sent that to me. And then apparently I've inspired her so much, she begged her mom and talked her mom into purple hair because she likes my avatar so much. So I want to give a special shout out to little Miss Victory Riley. You are very special. And I'll tell you what, I've had a rough couple of weeks, and getting that message the other day and knowing that I'm inspiring you gave me a sense of purpose in this. And it made me realize that this is something that I'm called to do, if for no other reason, for girls like you who need to see good role models in the community to look up to and to strive to be. So thank you so much. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I love you. And I hope that one day on the Ilya and Punchy Stupid Show, we can have a kid-friendly one and that you would be a guest. So that's my special shout out. Now on to the anniversary celebration, Mommy. Hi. Congratulations so much on your YouTube anniversary. You are such a special woman in our community who we all love and adore. And I think we all agree that you are the mom of the community. So,
Yes, I am, aren't I?
So tell us a little bit about your journey and, what got you here and where you're going and what your plans are in the next couple of weeks. And then, of course, for the future.
Well, what got me here was watching Flat Earth videos as well as, debunking videos. And last year when I was watching Fight the Flat Earth and Team Skeptic debate Hip Hop Hippie, that was like a little over a year ago. I was like, okay, I can't deal with this anymore. And I had to start a channel, because I was tired of being this little quarterback, side chair, we call it, armchair quarterback debunker. So I decided, this is my guy, I'm starting a channel on him. And what got me started was him and the word airplane and plane and, meaning level and all this stuff. I was like, I just can't. Okay. So I started a channel, and he was the first one I did debunk. And it just grew from there. I think my second video was on our lovely gift that keeps on giving, one of them anyway, Daniel Pratt, and that got the attention of the shills, and it just snowballed from there. So here it is a year later, and here I am. And so my actual channel startup date was May 6th. So yeah, so which is my son, who is in the chat, by the way. Welcome home. That's my son's birthday, by the way. So happy birthday to him, to Toby here. Welcome home. So love ya. So anyway, so yep. So I plan on doing more debunking videos. Right now I'm doing more Minecraft, but it's, these Minecraft videos are taking up a lot of my time. So,
Yeah.
But I still want to do the debunking and do all that stuff. But,
Absolutely.
so
Well, I am
well, we've grown in a year as well too, the whole skeptic community. So
right, and I for one am so grateful that the Shills found you, because you have inspired me and been such a highlight in my life. And I think I speak for Amy and Cy Strackley and Ashanti by saying that we all see you as just a bright light in the community, and you bring so much intelligence and thought to your conversations, and you just mean a lot to all of us.
well, thank
sure.
you.
Yes, absolutely,
Thank you.
definitely.
Thank you.
So before we get started on videos, I do believe we have some super chats, Amy.
We certainly do.
Do you have your trusty sidekick?
Yeah.
Oh, where's Maddie? There he is.
Here he is.
Yeah, there's Maddie. Crafty Kayla for €2 said, "Happy anniversary, mommy." Heart, 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 heart. And another one for Crafty Kayla for €2 said, "Happy birthday, Toby. Thanks for loaning us your ma'am." I heard that ching.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
I think it was a delayed ching.
For Crafty, I think. I don't see any more coming up.
Thank you, Matt. We love our Matt too.
Yes, thank you, Matt.
Crafty Keela for €2 said, Happy American Mammy's Day.
Yes.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
there we
much.
Thank you. Thank you. Matt is just wonderful too, and he just fits right in too. I love him already.
He does.
Thank you. Can't help it.
So tonight, I do see we have Dick Dawson in the chat.
Yes, we do.
And it was very important that Dick be here tonight. And well, we'll get this super chat, and then we're going to start off the night with our first video that was created by Glober Mommy, specifically for Dick Dawson. But let's get this super chat, and then we'll jump right into the video.
Sure.
Christ Puncher for Canadian $5 said, Our shows will always be family friendly. We only use the F word or the fuck word from time to time. We would never stop. We would never stoop. Never stop so slow as to say the word poop.
Thank you, Margie. Oh, gracious. And to try to get that in there.
I'll slap punch you around later for you, Amy. All righty. So, Bull, I think it's time we let Glober Mommy's video roll, and let's see what she had to say about Dick Dawson.
After this, I'll have a little. Well, I'll talk after this, but go ahead and show it.
Yeah, let's give Dick what he deserves here.
Do you remember Sunday mornings at Mom's house? Well, now those days are gone and you're alone. Try to reach out and find yourself some company, but no one ever picks up the phone. What if I told you there was a special place for you? What if that place were real? Well, it's not, and you better stop hoping and just get yourself to bed. Tomorrow you gotta wake up and do it all over again.
Directed by I'm a Waker.
Coming. Oh, for Pete's sake. Who the hell is it? Do you know what time it is?
I slapped that shit down.
Oh,
Dick
God
Dawson
damn it.
spoke. That was
Dick.
not a shills thing. That was a fuck you, you little bitch. I am so sick of your
What the
fucking
hell is going on down here? Can't a body sleep in peace?
Sorry, Granny Mom. It's my fault. I should never have told Dick to make himself at home last time he was here. He must have run out of beer. I mean, he told us on the live stream yesterday that he started drinking at 12 noon.
Dick, you better not be getting into my good stuff. You fucking son of a bitch.
Uh-oh. Run, Dick. Run!
Get out of here! Goddamn fucking Canadians, always needing their beer.
See you next time, Dick.
That was so funny. Goddamn Canadians always need their beer.
Granny's still pissed, Dick, so don't come around, okay? Oh,
Dick says in the chat, I was about to go get beer. Now maybe not.
I've been holding on to that for almost 6 months. Oh my God, that was funny.
That's awesome.
I'd really like to get to know this I'm a wanker.
I did. If you remember the game that came out, I forget who made it now. Feck, you made it. topography of the heart.
Yeah.
I didn't plate it, and in there I put down, because there's a part where you can put your name in. I put down, I'm a wanker, because it was so all the flat earthers would say, "Hey, I'm a wanker," when you read the thing.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So like Nathan would say it, or Nathan Oakley, or Mark Sargent. So I just was like, "Well, funny thing I did."
So do you want to tell the story real quick about that video?
Well, I don't know how many of you remember. I'm going to be digging up New Year's Eve. Not too much of it. We had issues with New Year's Eve where Dick started drinking at 12, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Right.
So if you notice, it said January 1st, 3 o'clock in the morning. So that's where that came. That's where that came. The inspiration came out of. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So I won't go into details, Dick. I'm sorry, I'm not going into detail. But that's where the inspiration came from. Yeah.
New Year's Eve that we shall never speak of again.
That we never shall speak of again. So I didn't go too much detail. But yeah, I know I've got to do this, and that's exactly where it came from. It was pretty quick and easy to do.
Oh, that was great. That was funny. Thank you for sharing that.
I love you, Dick.
He's
like, it wasn't good.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, I think we have a super chat to catch up on before we get into our next set of videos.
Yes, please. Remember to spell it.
Crafty Keela for €2 said, FUCK. Told you could do it, Punchy. Lol.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, so Glober Mom, it is your night, and Bull does have the videos that you submitted for tonight. So Bull can read some of the titles, but why don't you select what we're going to watch first?
Okay.
Wow, what a list!
Yeah, I made because some are really short. That's why I gave plenty. They're like a 2 or 3 minute short ones.
Yeah, there's 8 videos to choose from, ladies. 8. Number 1, Hugh Hefner clashes with feminists on the Dick Cavett Show. Number 2, one of America's greatest feminists, Betty Friedan from CBC, whoever that is. R.A. the Rugged Man Becomes a Feminist is number 3. Number 4, MGTOW are male feminists. Number 5, John Ross, How to Paint Like a Feminist. Number 6, Male Feminist Takes on Manspreading, a BuzzFeed parody. Number 7, A Feminism is Beyond parody. That one's actually from our good friend Carl Benjamin, also known as Sargon of Akkad. And number 8, Feminist Makeup Tutorial parody.
I'm actually thinking about the Hugh Hefner one, because that is, I think, the longer one. So hopefully we can get through it quickly. And it's like 16 minutes long.
Yeah, it's 16 minutes, so 18 seconds. I've got this down to science.
Okay.
So you want to attack that one? Because we can always chipmunk it if we had to, but yeah.
Let's look at this video of Hefner
yes.
butting heads with a feminist.
From the 70s, by the way, 1970s era here.
I would like to introduce now 2 ladies who I'm sure, well, I know everyone is aware by this time that there are a lot of women in this country who feel that they're being pushed around, and they have become very vocal. They call themselves the Women's Liberation Movement, and we have 2 representatives from that movement here tonight. They're both writers. Susan Brown Miller had a piece in the Sunday Times a couple of weeks back, and Sally Kempton is the other lady, and I would like you to meet those 2 ladies. Maybe we can find out what the women are all upset about. Will you welcome them, please? Are you Sally?
Yes.
Yes. Well, you've brought cigarettes. Could I not light it for you?
No.
Okay. Just a little joke, you see.
Would you like to not light it for me?
Is it true that you travel in pairs for some reason, or is this just a...
There is a political reason why we came tonight together.
A political reason?
Yes.
Oh, well, you want to leap right into that?
Sure. The Women's Liberation Movement says sisterhood is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And that means women together. And women's liberation is hot copy this season. And
every magazine has an article.
Right, every magazine has an article. All the shows kind of want to see a women's liberationist in the flesh. And our movement doesn't want to create stars or celebrities. So when we get an offer, we feel we should come, in a pair.
Oh, well, stars are created in pairs. I mean...
Right, but also we want to be crosstalk teams. I mean, we want to, answer questions for each other and support each other generally.
Okay. What do you think men are doing wrong?
They're in charge. Yeah. And they oppress us as women. They won't let us be. And Hugh Hefner is my enemy.
Oh, is Hef your enemy? We really set you up tonight, didn't we?
We've been watching.
Even in the audience, I think. I get a certain. I think we have more than a few.
I'm sure you must have some
of the lib people here in the
Well,
audience.
if that's true, then there are sisters. We didn't bring them. It's just that women's liberation is growing every day.
You didn't stack the audience, if you'll pardon the expression. Now you two are successful. You're Sally Kempton, are you?
Right.
You're successful writers. Have your careers been stood in the way of by your sex?
Well, Susan should really answer that question because mine hasn't for various reasons, except psychologically, which is another issue.
It's good you came in Tuesday, then, if yours has.
Right. I never wrote anything till I was 28 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I never dared to allow myself to believe that I had ambition and that I should be a writer. I worked at Esquire magazine for 2 years as a researcher. I worked at Newsweek magazine for 2 years as a researcher, and I'd go in periodically to my bosses and say, I'd like to do more, I'd like to write. And they'd say, oh, you got your hair set today, isn't that lovely? Things like that. And they never took my ambition seriously. When I was 28, I read Betty Friedan's book, The Feminine Mystique, and I saw myself on every page, and I knew what she was talking about. And I knew that I really wanted to do something, and for me it was writing, so I started to do it. And, I've had some small success at it. Mm-hmm. That's all. Well, we're really not successful. I mean, we're just doing something that ordinary guys do all the time. There's nothing exceptional about being a freelance writer or a reporter.
Yeah.
All kinds of mediocre people do that. It's just because we're women, somehow, it seems very special.
Well, what is it you want done, if you could wave a magic wand now, that would release you from the yoke of this oppression that you all talk about? What would do it quickly? Is it a whole change of attitude in the Western world?
It's a change in education, really. Women are brought up in really hundreds of ways. I mean, from the time they're 2 and 3 years old, to be cute and coquettish and intellectually unserious, to seduce people instead of saying what they want. Mm-hmm. I think it would be, what we would really like is for there to be no necessity for seduction in the world at all. And particularly for there to be no necessity for women to seduce men to get what they want.
Well, now, there's some of you.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Bravo. I really like these women.
Aren't they? But that's what, 40, almost 40, between 40, 50 years ago?
Yeah. They're not extremist. They're...
Yeah.
No.
Well, back then there wasn't feminism. It was women's liberation.
Well, I mean, and like I said before, this is a different wave of feminism.
Correct. Yeah.
Than we're in today. And you can tell the host absolutely does not believe that women are being oppressed, the way he's being pretty condescending to them and
the jokes
treating it like it's
all that.
Yeah, he's just joking about it and being like, oh, this oppression you feel you're under.
Yeah.
Tell us about
Yes.
it.
But the Betty Friedan they talked about, that's the other video that I got. She was from the early 60s. So you know how far back that it goes then. I mean, obviously it probably existed even in the 50s. There was somebody out there, but women have been doing it forever.
Right.
But
I love the shade that she's throwing about how journalism, anybody could do it. Lots of mediocre people do it all the time.
I know, I love that. That was my favorite. But for some reason, when women do it, it's exceptional, and I just love it. When she said that, I was like, "That's
exceptional."
Perfect.
It's and you shouldn't have to be exceptional. It's just what you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing. This is one of the earlier waves of feminism that didn't go as far with intersectionality as we're experiencing now. So the things that people of color saying now about how they have to be twice as good as a white person or a white passing person in order to be taken seriously. This is the same stuff that these women were saying 40 years ago.
Right.
You know?
Ash Scott said in the chat, we got the vote, but lost the right to smoke on live TV.
Yes, I do remember that though. You could
That's
smoke
right,
in
I
the
do.
grocery store when I was growing
Wow.
up.
You could. Yeah. There was a time, shocker, when you could discipline your kids in the grocery stores.
Yep, exactly.
I mean,
we've got a couple super chats to get caught up if we can.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, here we go. It's my son gave one here.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, honey.
Where's Maddie?
No, I lost Kiwiza.
It's okay. I got it, honey. Yeah, the chat keeps jumping on us.
Oh, yeah.
Kiwiza for 10,000 Korean won sent us. A fox with a heart?
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
Yeah.
And then we got...
Looks like it's eating the heart.
He does. He's cute.
Welcome home for $10 said. Super proud of you, Mama. At Glober Mommy. Happy Mother's Day to all the amazing moms out there. And thank you so much for welcoming my mother with open arms. She is really amazing. She really is amazing.
Oh, thank you. Love you.
That's awesome.
She really is amazing, and we are very, very, very lucky to have found her.
Exactly. I'm honored to know her.
For sure. All right, Bull. I think we can continue.
And I find it hard to not say some of you, because there are different voices speaking for the women's liberation movement who reject men altogether. They won't sit in the same room with a man if they can avoid it. Are you two of those ladies? And if so, what are we doing here?
I think we're probably more optimistic about the ability of men to change. We think there's going to be a struggle, and we don't think that men are going to give up their power and privilege easily, because they benefit from oppressing women. They really do. Hefner has built an empire based on oppressing women. You know, the day...
One lady that we spoke to who's a member of your movement would not come on tonight with you, Mr. Hefner, because she said it would be like putting Stokely Carmichael on with George Wallace. I don't know which of you is flattered by that, but...
Feels like Wallace, eh? That's...
I don't know which of you is which, but have you had this reaction before tonight?
Yes, I think Playboy's been singled out along with, you know, the Miss America contest and some other things as, you know, as the extreme example of what the new feminists feel is the wrong image for women. But, you know, having been described as an oppressor, can I respond just a little bit?
All right.
I'm more...
Huh? We got
Is it
suspended.
because we're letting too much of the video play?
Yeah, we can't with this
Gosh,
video.
Darn it. Okay, I wasn't sure or not. We're gonna have to not, yeah.
I hate it. I hate these people. Look, I'm waiting to see when it comes back.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Stream unavailable.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's definitely getting worse.
It's getting really bad.
Yeah.
You can't do anything
You know what,
anymore.
though? It's
You can't
cool.
do
You can
anything
talk
anymore.
about how the virus isn't real and shit, but no, show a clip about feminism from 40 years ago,
Yeah.
and this is
Right.
a policy violation. The fuck?
Ridiculous.
It's stupid.
Hopefully it comes back. This is all stupid. They let the computer just needs to go away on it. Let's see. God. We may just have to play the other ones and forget them.
Well, we gotta wait
Forget
for it
this
to
one.
see if it even comes
Yeah.
back, because it's not
If
back
it comes
yet.
back. I'm pulling. I've got it.
Ow! Goddamn cat.
Hello, we're not
Yeah, I wasn't sure this
broadcasting
was-
your stupid crap yet. We're all back to ourselves. Come on, YouTube.
Oh,
Come on, YouTube, you assholes.
We're being censored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are. It's like, oh, you don't want us
It
to
is.
use your shit. Well, then make shit that makes sense, or deal with the fact that fair use is a real thing.
Is a real thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I know we kind of went too long in the very beginning part, but it was just like, we're still doing it. You know, we're still commenting and everything.
Yeah.
It's just utterly.
This is stupid.
Okay,
there we
we're
go.
back.
We're back.
Yes, and yes, it's fair use, people. So
Fair
stop
use,
bending
but
us,
I think
please.
I think we need to not show that one anymore. So
like Vashanti said, we can have people going live saying that the earth is flat and space is a lie and that COVID isn't real and that 5G is causing COVID and all of these other things. But we can't practice fair use on our own channel with showing a clip from 50 years ago, literally.
Yeah, it's so stupid. And I got this off somebody on YouTube. It's on there. It's still on their channel. You know, it's like
Also, I can pretty much tell you how this clip is going to go.
Yeah.
The ladies are going to talk about how they experience discrimination and how they're being objectified and so forth, and then he's going to come in there and say that he's empowering women.
He actually at one point called them girls. They're like, we're
girls,
women.
Of course.
We're women. Yeah. He's like, well, I just don't say girls. I don't mean any harm in it.
These women are here on their own free will, and they want to pose nude, and they want the exposure. And he's going to completely miss the point that they're being objectified for male gaze pleasure. And then the women are going to try to argue with him, and the male host is going to be like, oh, what a great discussion. Time to go.
Well, I wanted to kind of reply to Kuyasa because, let me see if I can find Kuyasa's, about it not being relevant today. I know, where is it? I'm not sure if any of this is relevant. This is such a different age, almost unrecognizable for many. This is the origins of it.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it is relevant. You need to know where you came from to know where you're going.
Yeah.
And this just shows that, yes, it has evolved, but this is the origins of it. This is where it started. Women were still fighting at that time to be heard, to be treated fairly.
It's better.
Yeah.
And not be treated like, and in the 70s, it was all about tits and ass for women.
Yeah. And it's so funny that, like, women had to literally fight to be able to vote in a nation where they live for things that affect them. And then you've got like 30, 40, 50 years later, women going, hey, we can't even get parity in the workplace.
Nope.
And like, we look back on this now and we're like, oh, this is 101 level stuff. Yeah. But at the time, this was revolutionary. Women were secretaries. Women were supposed to be pretty and be there for you to look at and go, oh, how nice. That's nice, sweetie. They weren't there to have their own agency and to express their own thoughts.
Oh, honey, just go give me a cup of coffee. You know, go get some coffee. We don't need your opinion. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll find the link and put in the description for those that want to watch it at a later time. But I think we just need to move on to another video so that doesn't happen again.
I agree. It's unfortunate, but I think we can, we do have 8 videos, so we can go ahead and move on to the next one. But, definitely people in the chat, be aware this is happening. And, if you see the iNetwork or any of us tweeting YouTube, talking about this, share, like.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we definitely fall under fair use, for sure.
Yeah.
So
I'm just really, really pissed off that they decide this is a policy violation when they're literally letting people spew bullshit about the virus. That is just
I know.
That's
what
beyond
pisses me
the pale
off
for
too.
me.
That pisses me off too. It's just like, come on, people. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you can have a whole lot of batshit, stupid, crazy, doing live shows. Literally.
Okay, I went ahead and put it in the chat there. So, yeah. Okay. All right. So let's do kind of a funny one. Let's do a parody one right now because that kind of pisses me off.
Me too.
Yeah. The one I want to do, it might be a little. I listened to it. It has some kind of offensive words in it, but I think it's this person's way of. The John Burke one, Bob Ross feminism one. Have you?
I love that one actually.
Okay,
so, yes,
it may offend some people because he does say some things that might be offensive to people, but understand he's parodying being a feminist, I guess, or being more of a. I would say, would you call it, Amy? Not so much a feminist, but have you seen it, Amy?
No, I haven't seen it yet, but it looks funny.
Did you watch it?
Is he parodying a stereotype?
He's mixing stereotypes. He's missing the
Pretty much. Yeah, I don't want to say he's the Irish feminist because he's kind of more. Yeah, but anyway, you'll get the idea.
Yeah.
So I think we should watch that one.
It's good stuff. It's funny and it's short.
Yeah, it is good. It is short. Yeah.
Hey there. Welcome to another episode of John Burke's Paint Like a Feminist. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and run those colors across the screen like my handy-dandy producer's going to do for me. He's such a good producer. I don't know where I'd be without him. We got Menstrual Cycle Red. Yeah, you knew that was coming. We've got Prettiest Green, because we always like to showcase just how better we are than other people. And then we've got Black. I'll let you do the math on that one. So let's get started. So people always ask me, John, when I want to paint like a feminist, what kind of tools do I want to use for this trade? And I always tell them, to be a good feminist, you got to have a good ample supply of tools surrounding you. So the first tool we're not going to use is the 2-inch Asian brush, because that's too oppressive. So instead, we're going to use our tiny millimeter brush. It's less phallic-like and less oppressive. Let's get into it. So we're just going to do snide little strokes there. There we go. Look how it's blending with that white. Oh, it's pretty right there. Such a happy little white and red. I get asked often sometimes of, John, can a man be a feminist? And I have to tell them, it's like, well, if you take a second and pop the ding-dong out of your mouth, I'll explain it to you. You take one good look at Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and the answer to that is no, because people just think you're gay. Moving on. There we go. You see how it's kind of blending real good with that white there. It's giving it that good vagina hat looking pink. That's awesome. That's what we're going for right there. Such a happy little vagina pink. So we're going to move on now and use our next color, which is use that green right there. And that green kind of, in my mind, represents that all that money we lost in that gender pay gap. It still exists, even though nobody can prove it actually does. So let's go ahead and keep going with it. There we go. Nice happy little dots for the eyes. That's beautiful right there. Reminds me of the color that a lot of those feminists like to use to dye their hair with, to detract from the fact that they're hideous-looking creatures that I wouldn't touch with Hillary's penis and Barack Obama pushing. That's right. Let's keep going now. So now we're going to go to our final little color here. Going to get some black there. Going to smear it around. Silent black. Reminds me of the color of those dresses they wore, the Golden Globe Awards, hashtag me too. All those actresses out there putting their mouths around ding-dongs to get movie roles and coming out later and saying they were raped. No, that doesn't make you a rape victim. It just makes you a whore. Let's keep painting. Oh, this is turning out really nice. That's a lot of black in there. There we go. It almost takes like an abstract approach to...
I think I heard a super chat somewhere in there.
Yeah, we did.
Dick Dawson, my friend, for Canadian $5 said, Crafty Keela will be the queen mod here on the EIE network from now on. Her word is the law. The real rock you queen, mister?
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm excited.
Keela to the iNetwork family. We're so excited to have you.
We're so excited. This is going to be awesome.
I kind of feel what Nathan Terpson is saying, that the first part of the video was pretty funny, then kind of went off the rails. Like, I'm having trouble telling where his parody stops and where the, like, almost too serious begins.
I have to agree, yeah, because it's kind of, some of it you can tell is parody, but some of it's kind of like a little bit of a dig, so it's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah, like when he was talking about colors, I was like, okay, that's actually kind of funny. And then he's going in about paintbrushes, like, all right, I see where you're kind of going here. And then when he talks about like women being exploited for like professional reasons and then calling them whores and not like being sexually assaulted, I'm like, that's a little too far there, bro.
Yeah.
I don't really find where his humor was going in that one. I might be missing something. It could just be his personality. Like, I'm not really familiar with his channel, so.
Yeah, I've never seen this. So.
I think he's trying to do a parody, and some parts of it are funny, but some parts of it seem a little,
Yeah, it's hit and miss.
Quitty said Angry Doggo agrees adamantly. No, someone was walking by the window and she just went crazy. I don't even know why. She's a dog, that's why.
Yeah.
Nope, we got another super chat.
Crafty Keela for €2 said, wait a minute.
Oh, I know it popped on me, didn't it? There. Ooh.
I'm honored.
I'm honored.
I'm honored to be part of the EIE family, y'all. Family. Heart moji, y'all.
That's right. Thank you so much. We're excited.
Yeah, Chris Victory, I think you're right. My pepper doesn't like the smiley face that the guy's painting. I think you're right.
I don't know. The smile part looks like bacon, so I'm not real sure.
Okay, well, that is some very interesting minstrel red smile. I don't know what he's trying to insinuate with that, but
it kind of looks like he's trying to draw Jeff the Killer, but doing like a really bad job at it.
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
Maybe taking an inside look at Rose McGowan's soul. Oh, it's beautiful, but not really. And we're almost done here. We're just gonna close this in. There we go. That's nice, really pretty. Pretty little masterpiece. So now you think we're probably almost done, but not quite. We still have to add the one ingredient that a lot of feminists have quite a lot of. Hate. There you have it. Paint like a feminist.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, dude.
That's funny. But no, I might be considered a feminist, but I don't hate anybody. But that was funny.
That was such a fucking epic ending, though. That ending was.
It's very reductive to say that, like, oh, well, you're mad because of injustice. You're just a mad person. You're just mad at men because you're not taking into account why somebody's upset to begin with. Like, are you serious?
Right,
you guys are just
not
mad.
taking the complaint serious. Yeah.
Oh,
why are you mad? Why can't you just be, like, nice about it? Like, bitch, I'm mad because I want to do shit and I can't. Or I want to be taken seriously and not demeaned.
That's right.
Sorry if I'm not like, oh, can I please have an opinion in this group? Pretty please.
Oh, it's hard not to love Ashanti, I swear.
I'm not even drinking wine yet. Maybe I should.
I hear it makes things better.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, Glober Mom, I know it's your night and you picked the videos, but ever since you sent it to me, and I haven't watched it yet, I've been wanting to see the makeup tutorial like a feminist.
Yes. Oh, really? Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, geez.
This one's
I want to
awesome.
see this.
This one is awesome. Oh.
Tell me how to wear my makeup.
Yeah.
It looked like a feminist.
I wonder if I should bring in my roommate on this because she's actually like a makeup artist, so maybe she'll find this funny too.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Ever wanted to single-handedly dismantle the patriarchy? This fresh yet powerful look will give you the upper hand in defeating your male enemies, thereby allowing you to establish an Amazonian world order over which you and your sisters will rule. To start off with, prime your face with an illuminating serum. This creates a dewy and light-catching base so that when your look is finished, everyone who you pass will be forced to bask in the light of your feminine glory. Next, we're going to use a light foundation. Make sure you give every part of your face a fair and equal amount of representation, unlike the government and primetime network television. Use concealer to cover up any blemishes on your face, so that your physical exterior matches the flawlessness of your personality. Now, set the foundation with the powdered ashes of Susan B. Anthony. Finally, apply a rosy blush to the apples of your cheeks. This will give you a youthful and innocent appearance, so that you'll still look cute even when you're covered in the blood of 1,000 men. Before you apply your eye makeup, prime your lids and lashes so your eyeshadow and mascara stays strong, just like the woman's spirit through millennia of misogyny. Start off your eyeshadow with a matte shade similar to your skin tone, and apply it all over your eyelid. Along the brow and in the inner corner, apply a light shimmering gold to make your eyes pop. Along the outer corners of your eyes, apply a darker taupe to add definition. Whenever you're applying your eyeshadow, think of it like the glass ceiling. The thinner, the better. That way, you'll be able to shatter it more easily when the time comes for women to assume their rightful position as the dominant gender of the human race. For eyeliner, we're going to be using a coal black to add a hint of Amazonian ferocity. Apply the liner with a small brush and flick it out at the ends like the wings of a bat. You want the wings of your eyeliner to be so sharp they could kill a man, allowing you to drain his blood so that you may use it to summon the goddess Athena. To finish off the eyes, apply a generous amount of lean-in mascara, courtesy of Sheryl Sandberg. Finally, we move to the lips. We want everyone to know you're the head bitch in charge, so we're going to be using a powerful red. First, line your lips so that no one will be able to escape your wrath. Then, fill them in with red, like your underwear after your first period. I'm using Smash the Patriarchy No. 2. You can add a hot glossy sheen as a final kick to the balls. All finished! Next time you come into contact with a misogynist, while they're trying to figure out how to further strip women of their civil rights, you can rip out their jugular with your teeth and look fine as hell doing it.
That was great.
She's funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
That totally just made my day. That just made my day.
That was funny.
That was a riot.
The Mandalorian, no, we're not going to kill and murder you guys.
No, we're not.
Not today.
Not today.
Maybe tomorrow.
Exactly.
Oh God, Dick, no, Dick, no.
Uh-oh.
No.
Dick causing trouble again. Oh, Dick.
Yes, he's being gross.
Dick, no.
Dick Dawson, you have to use the mascara for that.
Yeah,
yeah.
And the eyelash curler that poofs it out.
That's right. Yeah, well, that's good enough, I'm sure. But
you want poof? No?
Don't, because things once seen can't be.
You swab, it's not as harsh.
Ladies, things once seen can't be unseen. Just saying.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, that's funny.
Hot soul says,
yeah, she looks like that. All you got out there. Looks like that.
Hey, Jack.
Sorry.
House.
Hey, Jack. Sorry, Mr. Victory. He says, "Oh my God, I just threw up a little in my mouth."
Well, Jeff said he straightens his pubes.
Glad you're here.
Oh man.
Do you straighten? Hey, Jeff, do you straighten them and then braid them?
That's after the bleaching.
Jen Morgan, fuck the patriarchy.
I'd rather not.
Democracy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you guys are having fun.
It is exhausting.
That's like my favorite video ever.
Yeah,
that was funny.
I've got to have this one. That was funny.
Yeah, for sure.
I need
That
to
was great. I loved it.
Now. Oh, that was good.
Quitties. I have more pubes than hair on my head these days.
Did you see what Punchy wrote?
Punchy.
Oh dear. That's it. We lost our chat. They've gone off the rails.
Funny right now.
Punchy's last comment, I am officially on the market. I'm officially on the market.
You just lost Ilya. You just lost Ilya.
Oh, jeez. That's
the
funny.
bidding starts at $1 because that's about
Mommy. I was broke before then, Mr. Victory, but because of Dick, I broke it more.
Yeah. Dick always breaks people.
Oh God, thank you. Welcome home. Dick Dawson, lol. He needs all the help he can with his hair doing God's work.
Punchy said, "Lies. She loves my pigtail pubes."
Oh, geez.
In fact, Todd said Ilya Moon hi there with a hug emoji.
Hi there.
That's awesome.
And we just got a super chat too.
Got the scummer for €5 said, "We need to hire the woman from that video for a mission against Copeland."
Yeah.
That's great.
That's awesome. Oh, we have the best chat. I'm
I
sorry.
like the hashtag don't encourage Dick from Chris Victory.
He's incorrigible.
We need a new hashtag. Hashtag damn it, Dick.
Oh, yes. Start a hashtag,
Oh,
damn it,
man.
Dick. There we go.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Hashtag don't give Dick ideas.
Yeah.
Hashtag don't Hashtag
Oh my god.
Oh my
Don't feed the one. Don't feed. Don't read that one. Okay.
Hashtag give him the dick.
Oh my god.
Damn it, Dick, why?
Oh my god, you guys are awesome.
Oh, man. I think we got the new server going up and everything. I think we should have a section in there just for hashtag Dick.
Hashtag
put all
damn
of the Dick hashtags in there.
Oh my
I have a
gosh.
feeling all the videos are going to be letdowns after this. After that.
Like you just said, well, we broke the stream.
Yeah.
Leave it to Dick. Don't feed the Dick.
Don't feed the dick.
Thoughts by Jay Brown. Hey, Dick Dawson, I think I should do an uncalled for edit video with this stream.
Oh god.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Don't hate the Dick.
What have we turned into,
What do
y'all?
we do, guys? Woo.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Okay.
All
So
right.
what's the next video that's going to be just as funny as that last one?
None, probably.
No.
That was a funnier one. Let's see. Do we want to do funny or serious?
Funny.
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 We could
Yeah.
we could cross it up and see what that paragon of potential pretentiousness Carl Benjamin has to say.
Oh, yeah.
Should we do that, or should
That's
we go on to
cool.
something
Yeah.
else?
Let's do that one. Let's do that one.
All right, we can do that. And here we go. Maybe.
They're all doing
So there's this really great website that you might be familiar with called Age of Shitlords, and the owner of that site has discovered that it is no longer possible to parody feminism. I created Medusa magazine, and I am shutting it down because feminist stupidity has surpassed satire. Hello, readers of Medusa magazine. My name is Redacted, and I own ageofshitlords.com. Before I begin, I just want to state that yes, this website is satire. It has always been and always will be satire, but I don't blame anyone for thinking otherwise. Myself and the fellow shitposters who operated and published articles on this website while it lasted pride ourselves on writing fairly believable satire with just enough retardation to keep our readers in constant doubt. This has been fun, but all good things have to come to an end. I am shutting down this website because recent events have proven to us that it is no longer possible to satirize the feminist left. So apparently he posted on his Facebook, one of these days I'm going to start a feminist website. I'll get a couple of shitlords together, we'll write tons of satirical articles from a feminist perspective, the ultimate social experiment. See how long it will take feminists who follow us and anti-feminists who oppose us to realise it's all a big joke. Apparently people didn't, because Poe's law is the...
Okay, before he starts explaining himself, I just want to say that it's only dipshits like this guy who think that it's funny to take someone's struggle for parity, that's P-A-R-I-T-Y, parity, like equality, and turn it into a social experiment just because they want to laugh at it.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what kind of privileged asshole do you have to be like, oh, well, these people want equal treatment in society. I'm going to run a social experiment for the lols. Oh.
I like the way you did that, Versace.
Silly girls.
For the lols.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Silly girls with their opinions.
God forbid.
Yep. How dare we have opinions?
Oh, no, he's going to talk about clothes law, though.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But my opinion for the night is don't give dick ideas. Okay.
Don't feed the dick. Don't
Exactly.
feed the dick. Okay?
No, don't feed it.
Okay.
And we also got a and we got a super chat, didn't we?
Oh my
Crafty Keela for €2 said, "All hail pixie foxes, puby lashes, vomit, 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 vomit emojis."
Oh God, Price Puncher. Don't give Dick a big head.
Oh, jeez.
Too late. He's already got a big head. I don't mean that literally. Okay.
Hashtag Dick's fault. Hashtag always Dick's fault. Hashtag all Dick's fault.
Oh
all in a row.
That's perfect.
Yeah. It's awesome. Don't spank the dick. They're trying to outdo each other. You notice that?
Uh-huh. That's awesome.
Oh God. Okay.
Blame it on the dick.
Blame it on the dick. Always Dick's fault. Yeah.
We need a hashtag Dicksten on Discord.
All right.
Okay, let's get on to this video because y'all sidetrack need to quit.
You're breaking us up. We're not getting. That's what they want to do. They want to stall everything. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They want to stall. This is a movie night, okay? Okay, let's continue.
Only law when dealing with the far left. It's the same with the Conservatives, frankly. I mean, if you're ridiculous enough to think that weather patterns are affected by homosexuality... So since starting the blog, our articles have featured on several media publications like InfoWars, The Federalist, The Gateway Pundit. Okay, that's fair enough. They're kind of like, quite, like, not the most reputable right-wing sites, you know. The Federalist isn't too bad, The Gateway Pundit isn't that bad, and InfoWars is InfoWars. And several other websites fell for our prank, including one Russian website that covered our article calling for white abortions as proof of how politically correct the West has become. But while everyone else was falling for our satirical articles, others weren't buying it. Some users of our Kotaku in Action subreddit took it upon themselves to investigate and prove the website was indeed owned by the same people operating Age of Shitlords. Also, special hat tip to the nosy writer of blog Why Evolution is True, who kept pestering and gathering information to prove that this site is indeed a parody. But then again, they were only able to come to the conclusion due to my personal clumsiness. That's true. Because it's entirely possible that the things this person was... I haven't even seen any of these articles, actually. But it's entirely possible that it looks exactly like a feminist article. Because as long as it is following the sort of intersectional feminist logic, you can effectively reach any conclusion. I mean, it should really be a warning sign to the left when people on the left are begging for segregation. Brett Weinstein should have been a red flag right up the pole of anyone who's just kind of centre-left going, wait, what do you mean white people have to leave campus? How is that not segregation? What do you mean a black-only retreat, a student retreat? Oh, and a separate white-only student retreat. I mean, what's next? White people can't drink from black drinking fountains because that'd be oppressive? I mean, I haven't Googled to see if that's a real thing. It might well be. Because ultimately this is the same path of logic and it leads to the same place. It leads to white people always being problematic to black people no matter what happens. And so there's only one solution, isn't there? There's only one final solution. Looks a lot like apartheid. It's just one of those reasons why I oppose feminism. So the reason they're shutting down their website is because they put out an article after the Weinstein allegations titled, "Why We Should Believe Women Who Accuse Right-Wingers of Rape More Than Those Who Accuse Liberals." The article is a total caricature intended to be as ridiculous as possible, basically arguing that because liberals are good people, we should forgive them when they rape women. We thought no one in the world could possibly hold views as ridiculous as that, so we wrote it as satire and published it. So imagine our surprise when an actual feminist and self-proclaimed expert on rape culture wrote an article for the Washington Post, no less, using the same rationale and reasoning as our satirical article that was written just a few days before. Isn't this just incredible? And this batshit insane feminist isn't alone in her thinking. Others seem to share her views.
Okay, so I like where he's going in terms of Poe's law.
Yeah.
But was it really necessary in the first place? Like, when you're doing comedy, they always tell you to punch up. And if you're looking to parody something or make comedy of something, you always punch up, you don't punch down. So for a dude to be doing this, like, is it really necessary to be doing a Poe's Law satire on any feminist branch? Like,
no, I don't think it's necessary.
Like, it is funny to be like, oh yeah, we should only abort white babies. Like, in a joking setting, that would probably make us laugh because we know that obviously that's not something a rational person would say. But
correct.
I'm just like, I'm questioning the necessity of this in a time where it's like an actually serious struggle.
Yeah.
Because I don't know when this video came out, but we're literally dealing with a situation right now in America where you may have to choose your own sexual assaulter for president. So, yeah, that's kind of ironic.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's disturbing.
Yeah.
I mean,
not too thrilled about it.
I'm not thrilled about it at all, but at the same time, this is one of those situations that I feel it's an impossible situation. We're picking between the lesser of two evils at this point, right? And
why do we have to pick an evil at all?
Yes, that's the problem is that you're still picking an evil. So
yeah,
right.
True.
So I mean, I don't, to be honest with you, we're not going to get political. We just aren't. But at the same time, our country has got to do fucking better with our freaking primaries on who we're selecting. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, that's just it. Is one side says, "Oh, the other side is old white men," but then what do they put through? An old white man. So
right.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, hello, do you not see the hypocrisy here?
And well, there's something that I've been telling my friends is I'm over the phrase both sides. There's more than two sides.
True.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
More than two
sides.
And I'm not just talking about political parties. Like, there's two really big popular ones. I'm not just talking about the fact that there's a lot of political parties. I'm talking about the fact that there is a spectrum of people's life experiences that are coming into play. And I'm so tired. Like, my brain just shuts down now when I hear, well, both sides.
Well,
it's just like,
yeah, we need to stop the Tea Party thing. And yeah. It just seems like all the good people that should be up there get shoved down by the people that shouldn't be up there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But I'm going to do a write-in vote this year, and my write-in vote is going to be for Fluffy, who we have yet to see.
I've been telling people that. I go, don't vote for one or the other or whatever. Write in who you want. Send a message that way.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Send a message that way. Well, I don't want this person, I want that person. Then write in who you want.
In 2016, I would have told you not to do that. But this year, I'm seriously considering it.
Yeah. Nobody said you had to vote for who's on the ballot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
You can vote for whatever you want.
Exactly. You sure can, Brown.
We all did that. It would send a hell of a message to both the main parties that your asses are like, we don't want you anymore. Because you're not helping us at all.
Send a message to both sides. Send a message to both sides.
Well,
I can get
the two main ones. Yeah.
I can get behind Jimmy Morgan in the chat.
Everyone up there.
Well, I just want to say that this is going to be an interesting election because California has joined Oregon in the fact that we're now mailing everyone a ballot. So there's really no excuse not to vote.
Yeah.
No matter what you want to vote for, you don't have an excuse. So if all the other states would follow that lead, which I know they won't, because then, gerrymandering wouldn't be such a thing. But
Exactly.
it would be really nice not to experience the level of voter suppression that's going on right now. That'd be great.
That's never going to happen. There's always going to be voter suppression, though.
Oh, love it.
One
I
or
just
another,
love how not
unfortunately.
corrupt that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love looking at district maps of America and seeing how completely fair and representative it is. It's awesome.
That's not going to change either.
I know.
It's so funny. All right. Shall we get back to this? Because, yeah.
I
it's only like
suppose.
it's only a little 4 minutes long, but still.
Yeah.
On topic, what are you gonna do when your attempt at parody is exactly the same as their attempt at serious politics? I think that you've really reached the end of the road, and you may as well just give up, because the Washington Post is going to outdo you in satire every time. But I have to say, salute to the chaps who are trying. Good job, shitlords. You did your best. We just didn't know how fucking batty feminism was going to be.
Feminism or people who are dumb. Those are not an overlapping Venn diagram.
No.
Really, feminism is not some monolith.
Yeah, he's putting feminism, he's stereotyping feminism for sure.
Again, with everything else, there's a spectrum to it. Yeah.
I'm really not surprised.
There's a spectrum to it.
So he doesn't take it seriously because he doesn't experience this in his own life.
True.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. Yeah, it's I'm just sorry, just laughing about that, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's feminism has a spectrum to it, just like anything else. And one person might believe, the other one might not. So it's kind of, yeah, it's silly.
Well, and I'm not going to sit.
In the chat.
I'm not going to make excuses for Carl. He was on the Non Sequitur show with Brittany Simon, a noted feminist, and they hit it off famously. It was actually quite, I don't know why Carl does this. Sargon of Akkad has just, he's not what I would call an anti-feminist. He doesn't like some of the extreme views of some of the women who are more outspoken in feminism and have some of the dumber ideas that have come out of that. And I'm not trying to, I can't think of specifics right now.
See, that's another thing.
But he stereotypes the entire movement based upon a few bad apples, basically.
Right.
Yeah, and honestly, full offense, if you're a dude, I don't really give a fuck what you think is ridiculous about feminism or not. It's our experience. We're trying to tell you about our experience. Are people pissed off and say stupid shit? Hell yeah, they're pissed off and say stupid shit. Yep. But it doesn't mean they're not experiencing what they're experiencing.
Right.
So I'm kind of just why is he doing this? Why does he feel the need to put this website up and bait these people? What's the point?
Yeah. Exactly.
I think Ash Scott said it best.
There's a shortage of people who think that feminism is stupid.
Ash Scott said it best. Anita Sarkeesian would still be a twat if she wasn't a feminist.
Right.
So. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Chris Victory said I say stupid shit all the time, and most of the time I'm not angry. Oh, sorry, baby.
Hi, Angie.
Hello, Angie. So was that the end of it, or should we go back to some more?
Oh, that was the end of that one, yeah. So
okay.
Oh, okay.
Like a little over 4 minutes long.
Time to pick another one, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Which ones are left?
Well, let's see.
Got any more funny ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see which ones are left.
Let's see here. We didn't get to the Betty Friedan. But there's that one, the one of America's greatest feminist, Betty Friedan. Friedan.
Mm-hmm.
Friedan. The R.A., the rugged man becomes a feminist. MGTOW are male feminists. A male feminist takes on manspreading. And that's it. That's all we have left. We've gone through the
Let's do the manspreading one.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
That sounds good.
That one.
All right, manspreading coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
So, you guys know when you're on the bus or the train and there's a guy sitting there with his legs open and he's taking up like 3 seats and there's people standing around not having anywhere to sit, and you're just thinking to yourself, what is this douche doing? Why can't he see that people around him are trying to sit down? What is wrong with these men? Today we're going to go and see what it's like.
You know, growing up, my dad always told me, Opal, be considerate of the people around you. You're not the only one in that space. Close your legs. Minimize yourself. There's so many other people around that need your space just as much as you do. And it's wrong. These people, they don't have any privilege over everyone else. What gives them the right to think that they can just, you know, they're so above everyone else. So I wanted to show how wrong it is.
I've been manspreading for about an hour. I feel awful. So many dirty looks.
So manspreading is just totally repulsive and vile, and I have the same parts as guys. You don't see me having to maximize my space everywhere I go to assert myself. You know, women in our society, they're always taught that they have to, you know, be demure, and they have to be the quiet ones in the corner, and it's not right. It's that these guys think they can just boss all over these other people, these women and children, and they have no authority. And it's the first hour when I went there, it felt so wrong, it felt so awkward, but I knew I had to do it.
It's halfway through the day. The manspreading is going bad. It feels bad. I feel like such a pig. Everyone's judging me and looking at me. But I have to stick it out. And to make matters worse, I come into the bathroom. And what do I see but this? If you couldn't see that, it said, "Make America white again." I don't even know what to say. It's so disgusting. The level of racism and bigotry and intolerance in this country is absolutely unsatisfactory.
At one point, I went to this bench and I started manspreading, and this gentleman who had already been sitting there, I think he felt so disgusted by me that he stood up and walked away, and I couldn't handle myself in that moment. I just felt so wrong and so vile, and I regret it. I'm sorry, but I had to do it for the movement, for the cause. You know, I know what all these women feel like when they see all these cisgendered males just spreading themselves out on the bus and the train. As a two-spirit identifying male, I feel the same thing that they feel. And it's wrong, it's deceitful of all these men to try to say that they're not trying to dominate us when they're really obviously trying to make as much space as possible. At one point, I hopped on a little mall machine, this little lion go-kart thing, something that is there to bring kids joy, bring little children happiness at the mall, little people who don't know the evils of the world yet, and the things like manspreading in the world, the privilege that these misogynistic pigs exude. And I did the total opposite, and it felt so wrong. I destroyed these little children's worlds by manspreading in this machine and taking up space and just being up my own ass throughout the whole experiment. And it didn't feel right. By the end of the day, I was just so out of it. I just couldn't carry on. I did not want to have anything to do with manspreading anymore. To all you manspreaders out there who have seen this video, I hope you can learn a thing or two from this. This is not right. To show them that, when you go out and you do this, people are looking at you and they're judging you. I felt very judged. I felt like people were looking at me all day because of all the manspreading that I was doing.
If there's one thing I learned with this experiment, it's how disgusting manspreading really is. It's not just of misogyny, but of tyranny. It's a way for the patriarchy to assert its dominance over the rest of the people out there. But if we could use this against them to show their hypocrisy, then we could take them down one step at a time. I was a warrior for equality. I was a warrior for hope today. I'm fighting for a better tomorrow.
This guy's a moron.
She says she's out. There's so much ugliness in here. They're just kidding, Angie. They're not. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's.
Okay, so can we talk about what manspreading actually is?
Yeah.
Because here's what it is not. We know that guys have balls. We know that they take up space between your legs. We know this. We're aware of this. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about sitting in a position that crushes your balls. Manspreading is taking up more space than your balls could ever occupy. Your ball sack's not that big.
True.
If you would, if it's possible to bring up one or two of the pictures that I posted, these are actual examples of manspreading, not just sitting comfortably.
Where did you post these pictures?
They're in. Ilya linked me to the UnCalled Four channel.
In the new here, I'll tag you. It's in the new network.
Yeah, like if it's in the Discord server that I'm not looking at, I have no clue what you're doing. There's I have over 10,000 messages to look through. So it's the new one, the EIE network one, right?
Yep. And it's under Live Green Rooms, the UnCalled For.
Tra-la-la-la, taking up the dead space, taking up the dead space.
Sorry. Go ahead. Take it up. Yes, sis. I'm getting them now. Sorry, this is taking so long. I'm not.
Don't mind us.
Not mind me. I'm just over here manspreading here at home.
New server. Who this?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, really. I love Dead Space. Dark Knight said.
Oh.
Yeah, these are good images of manspreading, Vishanti. Absolutely.
Oh,
there we go.
Quitty's had a good comment. Yeah.
I like that.
I know. If you're practically doing a split, you're not just airing out the family jewels. You're being a douche nugget.
Exactly. If you're taking up 2 seats because of it, then there's an issue.
Yeah, again, not sitting with your legs at an angle, not manspreading. Taking up 2 or 3 seats is manspreading.
Yep.
If you need that much space for your balls, dude, wear a kilt.
Yeah, definitely different.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Make kilts a thing. Make them widespread, like for real.
For real.
So we've got pictures like this. Pictures like this, folks. That's manspreading.
That is manspreading.
When you take up 2 seats on a bus and you don't have anything like a briefcase to put in the seat next to you, that's manspreading.
Yeah.
And I've gotten onto a bus.
Like,
where
dude's
people
not
are-
even trying to hide it. He's got his leg lifted up like he's trying
Right.
to pee on a fire hydrant.
Right. And it's just rude to take up 2 seats when people have to stand anyway. Like, seriously, if you are in a seat and there's an open seat and there's people standing, move the fuck over so somebody can sit down.
Yeah, let somebody sit down.
Right.
Exactly.
It's only for a few minutes. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
This is a great one.
This is a great
2-man spreaders.
Yeah.
Taking up an entire seat between them.
One with
I
a
love
man
his
purse.
purse.
His man purse.
Oh, the one with the purse in front? Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton. And that's
Probably not, actually.
It might be a
3
a
seats
ripoff.
between
I
the
don't
two
know.
of them.
Yep.
It's a
Oh,
verse.
Jesus Christ.
Dick Dawson says 2 bags in one.
So yeah, if you need that much space, dude, just wear a kilt, really.
Yeah. He needs room for the MERS.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Get in there.
Oh my Lord.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Yeah.
What else did
Yeah, I
Glober
thought
Mommy
that was-
pick out for us on these wonderful?
I found these and just thought they were cool.
Hey, Chad, I'm just
On a
telling you right
roll.
now. I'm just telling you right now. Glober Mommy picked these out. Now, do not blame me. And
Blame me. I
she's
can
again.
not incorrigible.
She's never allowed to pick me again. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Although I'm pretty sure everybody feels that way every time I bring Copeland out. But yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm glad I didn't find him. Jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
You're welcome, world. You're welcome.
Okay.
Quiddy's had another good point, too. He says if their jeans weren't so tight, they cut off circulation, they wouldn't have to spread eagle.
True.
Christ puncher. I can explain how testicles work. They find literally everything painful.
Yeah. And then we got a super chat.
Oh God, I love it. I love
Crafty
it.
Killer for €2 said, Taddy, to the kit mill, quick. To the kilt mill, quickly.
Definitely.
That's
Down
right.
the pole. It's like out the pole. He's in a kilt.
Taddy's just like, finally, it's my time to shine.
Yeah. To the kilt-mobile.
Get on it, Taddy.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Who's that
So.
winner?
Yeah, I think that one's done.
Yeah,
Thank goodness.
What's next? Let's see. We've got one of 3.
God.
One of the 3 following. One of America's greatest feminists, Betty Friedan.
Friedan.
I keep wanting to say Friedman for some reason, but anyway.
I know. I started at the beginning, I think, with Friedman. It's
And,
Friedan.
And R.A., the rugged man, becomes a feminist. And MGTOW are male feminists. Those are your choices.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Glober Mom, what did you do?
I'm sorry. The RA one, I think, is a satire as well. So let's do that one.
Okay.
R.A., the rugged man, becomes a
Yeah.
feminist. Coming up here.
Uh.
So here, let's put this in. And they begin.
A guy like me is a jerk his whole life and did everything wrong and said all the wrong stuff and just said really hurtful things for decades, and now I have a family and I want to clean it up and kind of be better to everybody.
It's not our job to make you a feminist. You should just be a feminist.
Us men are so weak, we have to be beaten into submission, you know?
I mean, you're saying this maybe to please at the moment, but it's not about making the men
Girls
weaker.
like feminists better. They like them. They like to talk to us.
Yeah, but
sometimes we get to sleep with them if we. But I'm going to start a rugged man feminist march. We're going to just be hairy shoulders, just walking.
Just jump to founding a feminist movement. For me, it doesn't sound logical. It doesn't make sense.
I fail at almost everything I try anyway. I haven't been much of a success in anything I tried, so maybe feminism could work. But I think men struggle sometimes too, you know.
Of course they do.
People have
That's not the question.
People have no limbs, people, you know, have no money, people... There's a lot of pressure.
Yes, but they don't suffer because they're men. They suffer in spite of being men.
Mm-hmm. You know, in all the horror movies, they blame it on the mom, you know, like Norman Bates.
Or black people die first.
Yeah, but they blame the moms in horror movies. Oh, my mom was a slut, so now I kill everybody. Or I don't want to be like a horror movie, you know.
I mean, I think also as a feminist is understanding that there is strength within being, for example, vulnerable and being emotional. And as you just explained,
I cry like a bitch all the time. So how long have you been a feminist? Did you ever see the movie Miss 45?
No.
The woman's raped twice in the first 10 minutes, and then she gets a 45 weapon.
Yeah.
Abel Ferrara, and then she just kills men, and it's awesome. The guy's acting breezy in the street. She takes him to the stoop, pow, pow, pow. Like it's
yeah, like
awesome.
it's a moment of power for her.
Like that's
moment.
the feminist movie of all time.
What you can do is to empower women and try them and give
asshole guys.
Not just shoot them, but give them power.
I love the sparkly vagina.
I was going to say, is that supposed to be an actual badge?
That's supposed to be a badge. Yes.
That reminds me of this video I saw called, I can't even say it, but it's like Glitter, and they talk about glitter.
Oh, was it the Mariah Carey movie you're talking about? No. Oh, geez. Sorry. I heard yeah. Walk-in vag.
Quitties, when did you sprinkle this badge for this parade?
Exactly. Did you do that? Oh, God. Vashante, extra points for maintaining eye contact with him while you sit there.
Oh, my God.
You have to assert your dominance.
Exactly. That's right. Eye contact is asserting dominance. That's right.
That's right. Yeah, this guy, I said that he's got sprinkles on his vulva, and obviously that means that Quitties has been sprinkling.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Quitty,
we gotta
change the names to Quit. Quit has to be to sprinkle them vulvas.
That's too funny. We got a couple super chats, please.
Pie Parrot for €2 said, "Happy YouTubeversary, Glober Mommy XXXX."
Thank you, Pie Parrot.
Christ Puncher for Canadian $2 said, "Scrotum. That is all."
Fair enough.
Quitty said, "Hey, I don't choose the sprinkle life. The sprinkle life chose me." So he's in it. He can't get out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too funny.
I don't know why, but this guy is like the epitome of. I can't even place it, but he's reminding me of that guy from Saturday Night Live that did the Dick in the Box skit with Justin Timberlake. I can't think of his name. Sandberg, yes.
Sandberg.
In the face, does he not look like him?
Kind of like him a little bit, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, let's go.
Let's continue on.
Give them a voice if they can't have a voice, and let them their voice if they can have a voice.
Okay. Well, you know, men, we're insecure and emotional. You know, we always want to be better than everything and stomp and kick and punch and break shit. And we want to conquer. You know, that's what the man does. We want to conquer everything.
When men are beaten down and broken, where do they run to?
The whorehouse?
They have to help in the household, for instance.
Well, I do that. I'm like,
Yes, I'm
like
sure that you are doing
daddy daycare. I'm
Yes,
taking,
you are,
bathing the kids,
super
cleaning them.
daddy, I'm so
but I'm still a bit of a jerk, you know.
First step is already understanding where you went wrong.
Maybe it was my childhood.
As women, we're not asking for men to be less or to be weaker or to like, you know, kiss our toes or anything. It's literally just seeing eye to eye. You're into that. You like to be yourself.
Let me get one thing very clear to you. Feminism isn't about being nice, human, and soft all the time. Feminism is also a fight, you know. There's nothing wrong with fighting. There's nothing wrong with sex.
So then I am a feminist. Fighting,
Maybe
sex.
you are.
I've been a feminism for decades.
Maybe you are.
The bloody gate blow.
I've been a feminism for decades. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's what's funny. I thought his sign kept changing, but maybe it's just I saw something different in the beginning. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes, to wear a sign says I'm here to fight for you. Should tell him, you know.
Legit question. Did his album say all my herpes
I couldn't see
died
it.
or all my heroes died?
Maybe it's all my heroes died. I think it's all my heroes died.
I know, but
Yeah.
all my herpes died.
Yeah, all my heroes died or dead. All my heroes are dead. Yeah.
I thought it said all my herpes are dead.
Well, I hope so.
Wow. That font.
Yes. And it has that tough look.
Oh my God, Punchy.
Yes, I know.
Well, where's Matt?
Yep, Maddie.
We got a super chat. Here we go. Oh, Matt. Oh, we lost Kid. Hold on. Good job.
Christ Puncher for Canadian $2 said, okay, here's Rocky Balboa. Rocky Balboa.
There you go.
Rocky Balboa.
Thank you
Rocky
very
Balboa.
much. That's right.
You know,
Oh, great.
Oh,
to see you.
God.
Oh my
Woo!
God.
Holy moly.
Maddie, you almost sounded like Rocky Balboa there for a second.
You did, yes.
Oh no, Dick, no. I'm going to start the Dick Dawson drunken live streams again soon. PM me if you want in. No.
Oh, jeez.
I am good. I don't think I do. I think I would rather enter the
We
sprinkled
love you, Dick.
vulva.
We love you, Dick, but when you're drunk, you kind of take over everything. It's kind of hard to get it. We're in edgewise, but we do love you.
No, Punchy, no. No,
Oh, this Glober Mom had to be you that caught it, and he laughs.
don't go to the dark side, Punchy, no.
No, Punchy, no. Don't go there.
I like what Doorknob had said. He said Dick drink spreads.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
That's funny.
Oh, that's so funny.
Knife.
I loved how Matt, when he was reading Dick's super chat, he said, "Oh, my friend Dick Dawson." I thought that was sweet.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my
Isn't that
gosh,
cute? He's a good boy.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hashtag a drunk dick is a hard dick. Oh my gosh. Listen, that is
that could
not
go either way.
That is not true. Have you met
Right.
my husband? No, not true. I can debunk that.
Yeah.
Oh no, quitties, no, quitties, no, quitties, no, quitties. You're encouraging
geez.
Dick. Don't do it.
Yep.
Hey, Dick, a drunk Dick is a Canadian Dick.
Whiskey Dick is angry.
Oh, God.
Dick says, I'm angry. Whiskey Dick. Knife.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Is the rest of the show just going to be hashtag dick stuff in the chat that we have to read?
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
all it's going to be. Oh, my God, that's so funny.
Oh my gosh. Drinking with dick sprinkles.
Phrasing.
Oh, jeez.
Phrasing.
Drunk dicks throw up from time to Punchy.
Oh, wow.
Oh God, you guys.
Okay,
just,
you guys.
Like, just say it.
I'm on the market again for the second time tonight.
You know, 3 strikes, you're out, Punchy.
Third time's the charm.
Clams for dick.
He's like best,
Underclam
best
for dick.
stream ever.
Oh,
this is so
Dick
funny.
for president, says Gina.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Dick spit.
Dark Knight apologetics phrasing. Have you been on this stream?
Yeah, there's no phrasing on this.
There is no phrasing, exactly.
Factard, Ilya Moon, my number is Chris Victory. Ilya Moon, how you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, geez.
Oh God.
Hashtag fun with dick and sprinkles. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes the chat.
The chat's as much a part of this as anything.
Welcome, this is not the normal stream. So I mean, it does happen on occasion. You just happen to be here for it. But this is not our normal stream.
It is fun. For sure.
Her laugh.
This is awesome.
Jizu stream this whole fucking channel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God. Dick.
Yeah, at least someone gets
I
it.
know what Mom's really up to.
Hashtag that's not my dick. Oh gosh.
Hashtag I need some dick. I mean.
Oh jeez.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
That's great.
Oh my God.
So are we gonna try to wrangle this
Celebrate.
back in?
Okay, we have a super chat. We have a super
Oh, we got
chat.
a super
chat.
Oh, gracious.
Craft Tequila for €2 said, celebrate mommy by talking about Dick Dawson. Ha 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 emoji emoji.
Okay, so
He's threatening to join us. He's threatening to join us if this keeps up.
we have lost
We have
the plot of the show. So
There was a plot.
Yeah, I know. It was intended, but you know.
the chat has broken the panel. But let's reel it back in and let's do one more video.
Let's do the Betty Friedan one because that's a short one.
Okay.
The other one's like I think over 13 minutes. So
yeah, and those are literally the only 2 left. I was going to actually
yeah.
suggest
So
we
let's
go
do
to
the Betty
first.
Friedan one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from 1963. Everybody.
Hopefully we don't get shut down for this one too.
I hope not. I tried to bring it. It's from the Canadian Broadcasting Company, so hopefully they won't.
Maybe we should
Shut
chipmunk
down.
it
You want to chipmunk it?
just to be
I
on the
don't
safe
know.
side.
It's only 3 minutes long. Like,
Yeah, it's not very long.
Yeah.
or are you talking more along the lines
nicer.
of along the lines
For them
of
not-
them to not content idea? Yeah, let's go 150.
I think that's what she's talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll go 150. It'll be Chipmunk. This is not what this woman actually sounds like.
No.
Right.
In my opinion, the other half of the revolution, the other half of women's liberation movement is the boys in my country and in yours wearing their hair long. You know, and those boys who are wearing their hair long are saying no to the masculine mystique. They're saying no to that brutal, sadistic, tight-lipped, crew-cut, Prussian, big muscle, Ernest Hemingway, kill bears when there are no bears to kill, and napalm all the children in Vietnam and Cambodia to prove that I'm a man, and be dominant and superior to everyone concerned, and never show any softness. Well, these boys that are wearing their hair long are saying, no, I don't have to be all that crew-cut and tight-lipped. I don't have to be dominant and superior to anyone. I don't have to have big muscles because there aren't any bears to kill. I don't have to kill anybody to prove anything. I can be tender and I can be sensitive and I can be compassionate and I can admit sometimes that I'm afraid and I can even cry. And I am a man. And I am my own man. And that man who is strong enough to be gentle, that is a new man, and he is the other half of this revolution, and he will live longer. I mean, he will die 10 years younger than women, as American men have been doing lately, and he will also, that man that's strong enough to be gentle, I think, really welcomes his liberation and the end of his loneliness and the end of this sea of hostility that has been preventing love in this country and that has been dehumanizing sex and making such loneliness and such alienation, frustration for everyone. And he will welcome a woman who can come out from behind that simpering, mask of ruffles that hides so much rage and impotent rage and unnecessary covert manipulativeness, and welcome the woman that can come out of that mask of ruffles and rage and be a person and be a joyous woman because she really feels like she's somebody. And then you see we'll both be able to make love, not war. And in the highest sense, I mean, not only between man and woman, I mean, the war between the sexes could become an Armageddon if we don't get on with our revolution. But if we do get on with it and we restructure society to make equality really possible, then I think the war between the sexes will end. And for the first time, we will have possible true human sexual liberation, and we'll have possible true love, and real friendship, real knowing of man and woman in the biblical sense. To love is to know. And how can you know when each wears these masks that keep us from being ourselves? And then, in the larger sense, in the world sense, we'll be able to make love, not war.
She had a lot of sense when she was talking because it was more about let's work together.
Yeah,
let's not
absolutely.
demonize either side. Let's work together.
For sure.
She's the one that wrote the feminine mystique that the other ladies were referring to in the Dick Cavett video.
Mm-hmm. And it's just, the frustration from a lot of women comes from guys not wanting to work with us. They feel like we're
Right.
working against them.
Yep.
And I'm like, listen, this is a cooperative project. This is a
Correct.
in tandem kind of thing. So, the men who are absolutely part of the movement too have to be like, you know what? Let's make space for this. Let's make sure that everyone's being heard, that everyone's on the same ground, that you have the same opportunities, and not just be like, well, I got mine. Screw you guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Not everybody has an
So-
agenda, and that's the problem.
Yeah, totally.
If we all work together and not demonize each other, it would be a better place, I think. But it's just sad that we're to that point where, I mean, back then it was battle of the sexes,
Mhm.
And now
and the
today
way it
it's
still
battle
is.
of everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's battle of everything
Well, it's
now.
battle
because
of
we're so
the
polarized.
many. Well, I don't know if you battle of the genders, the sexes. I don't know what you call it nowadays.
Yeah.
You have so
Exactly.
many different genders now. What would you call it? But yeah, battle of humanity.
yeah,
I
it's-
have no clue.
Well, exactly. And like I was saying too, I mean, it's everything is a fight nowadays, politically.
Yeah.
And everything, and it's spreading into everything else too. So
Right.
it's a battle of
Yeah.
everything. just
And I
just
know
functioning sometimes.
sometimes I'm sure it can feel sometimes like everybody just wants to argue, they just want to be
Yeah.
divided, but the perspective here is that people don't want to be thought of as other, like,
Right.
oh, you're the special case, you're the exception. Like, why can't we just accept that people are normal, whether or not they fit your idea of what a woman is or a man or a specific gender or a sexual preference? Like, people are born the way they are.
Yeah. I
That's
think
normal.
it's more
Like,
people are who they
come on.
are. Normal is such a subjective word. But I
Yeah.
think you're right. People are who they are, and we should accept them for who they are.
Yeah.
Right.
And not treat them like an
Not
outlier.
for a stereotype or a
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So there's a point where I would say that, like, there are male allies who are definitely trying to get that message across because they know their audience may not listen
Yeah.
to a woman, but they'll listen to a dude, which is where I say, like, hey guys, anybody that knows me knows that my favorite rapper of all time is Tupac. Because that dude was woke back in like the early 90s trying to talk to people about social issues, and everyone's like, oh,
Right.
he's just a gangster rapper. It's like, have you ever read or listened to the lyrics for Keep Your Head Up? I've got a quote pulled up in here. Since we all came from a woman, got our name from a woman, and our game from a woman, I wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women. Do we hate our women? I think it's time to kill for our women, time to heal for our women, be real to our women, and if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies, and since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell a woman when and where to create one. So will the real men get up? I know you're fed up, ladies, but keep your head up.
I like
love
that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you, Tupac.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Tupac.
Yeah.
One of the greatest lyricists in rapping across the board, for sure. Loved him.
Yeah.
He had so many really, really, really smart things to say, and a lot of his message gets lost because people are like, "Oh, you're just a thug. You're just a gangster."
He and Biggie Smalls both. They were both amazing lyricists. Amazing lyricists. But I think that it's now a good time. We've had a Dick join.
Yes.
Oh
He
boy.
couldn't stay
Who
away.
let that dick in?
He couldn't keep it in his pants.
I had to come on and say congratulations on an amazing year on YouTube, Glober Mom. It's been totally
you.
kick-ass meeting you and getting to know you and becoming family with you. And
That's right.
it's, you know, there's just so much more to do and enjoy and have fun with going forward. Let's do it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I agree.
That's
I
right.
agree. This has been an awesome year so far.
Awesome.
This particular 2020 has been not been up from here. So
I mean,
Well,
you know, but outside of COVID and murder hornets, it's
well,
been
I mean,
Australia
for
being
me
on fire.
personally,
yeah.
Yeah, but we got you wrapped up in the iNetwork family now, so everything's good and the way it should be, you know. Boom, boom. Out go the lights.
It's all gonna go up in here, Glober
Travers,
Mommy.
love that song.
Me too, baby. Me
I'm sorry,
too.
Shanti, what was it?
I said you're only gonna go up from here, baby.
That's right. Like I said, this year for me started out really good, and it's just kept going. I just keep going up, so it's really nice.
Yeah,
it's really
absolutely.
Nice.
Hey, Tor, can you just drive up the road real quick and slap punch you around a little bit for me? And for the third time tonight, I am on the market.
Chris Victory, hashtag murder dicks.
Oh dear.
That was so funny earlier. I was dying laughing. I could
You like
barely
that
even
video?
type to play. It was so funny. Oh my god.
I had to do it. It was there.
That was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've been waiting to play it, but you never had your thing with the shills. So
Yeah.
I thought
Oh, that was too
a good
funny.
time to do it.
Yes.
So,
I could barely even chat in the stream. I was laughing so hard.
I know. I saw that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And I still laugh. I made the darn thing, and I still laugh at it because it's so funny.
That's when you know it's good, right? Yeah.
Like I say, Granny is still pissed at you. Okay, so you need to stay away for a little while longer. She only gets that good stuff every so often, man. So you know.
All right, Matt, is Matt there to get this super chat?
Yes, Matt.
Christ Puncher for Canadian $2 said, a Canadian on the stream. Finally.
That's awesome.
Oh,
I think we're the
hashtag
only
Phil Dick in you. I love it.
Aren't we the only stream that has Americans on it?
Yeah.
Strictly Americans.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
mean, but that
Well,
could
hey.
change.
Was that a Frank Zappa reference? Strictly commercial, right?
Well, it just seems like all the other live streams have Australians and
a mixture,
from the UK and Wales.
That could potentially change because I
true
might be a Canadian one day.
One day.
Yeah.
You might never
Okay,
go.
that's going to take
That's
time. You
cool.
can't go up there and just become Canadian. You can.
I'm not doing it tomorrow.
I want the Canadian authorities to know that Christ Puncher has not purchased her. She's coming of her own volition, and it is okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Well, and to be honest with you, I'm like totally single now for the third time tonight.
Right.
In the side chat. So, hey, Dick, you got an extra bed for me?
Making it up now.
Oh, goodness gracious. I love you guys. Glober Mom, congratulations.
Thank you.
We are so glad we found you. I am so thankful for you in my life. You make you make every day better for me, just knowing that you're there.
Thank you. And Team's got his Debunky Awards coming, so
Yes, absolutely.
So who knows? One of us maybe. Who knows? One of us, maybe a bunch of us nominated in there. Who knows? So we'll have to see.
I do want to say a special thank you to Amy, Cy, and Glober Mom as well. Today has been a very hard day for me, as you know, and the three of you were there for me in private and just really lifted me up. And then coming on tonight was just what the doctor ordered. So I love you guys.
No, I'm glad you came on because
me too.
We definitely love you. So
we
have a sisterhood here, a real sisterhood.
Absolutely.
I love you. And I love Ashanti. I feel like Ashanti's been on the show now enough times that she could literally just have a panel chair next to us to when she can come on when she wants.
Exactly.
Well, why don't you guys vote?
Little box.
Why don't you vote? Yeah.
Jet's been on there. I wouldn't. Jet Monkey sits on there. I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, it's probably covered in poop, and you don't know if he's peed on it or anything either. So
I'm sure.
Before we went live, Punchy said he farted in your chair last time he sat there.
Oh,
so.
really? Oh, yeah, he did.
I told him that I always travel with Febreze, so it's fine.
Good.
Febreze and my grandmother always brought out the Lysol. She loved it.
Should we do a vote? Should we do a vote about seeing if Ashanti would like to be a panel member?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
My vote is yes.
How would that go with the name though?
Be nice. I'm just kidding. Yes.
I got it. Bull, I got it. It's the uncalled foursome.
Uncalled five.
Uncalled for and then some.
And then some.
Come on.
Uncalled 4 plus 1.
Don't clean it up.
Okay, I put a motion to inviting Vashanti to come onto the panel permanently. What say you?
Go ahead.
Yep.
Osby J now has a video about us up. He says after the stream, there's a link in the chat.
Oh, great.
It's fine on the shopping list.
Yay or nay?
I'm sorry?
Glober Mom, yay or nay on Vashanti?
Yay.
Strike link?
Absolutely.
Bull?
Absolutely. We love Ashanti here.
Okay, Dick, you don't count. Chat.
Yeah. It doesn't get a vote.
Doesn't count.
Chat. One in the chat to invite Ashanti on as a permanent panel member. And two for
yes. Let's
two for
yes. I'm scum.
No, Dick, I love you.
You're not scum.
You are not scum at all.
Oh my God. Okay, we got some ones here.
Yeah,
I don't see any.
Yep.
And then
so
vote.
Ashanti.
Put Juan. Surf put Juan.
Oh my gosh. Ashanti, what are you doing in the foreseeable future on Sunday?
Yes.
Y'all realize you're fucked if she says no, right?
All variations of one I'm seeing.
It's like pick turn down for an engagement.
Honestly, our tabletop RPG has been on hold for so long. I wonder if it's actually ever going to get going again. So you guys can have me pretty much as long as you want.
Yay!
Oh. Now that's what I want to hear, baby.
Oh,
I'm not crying. You're crying. Something on in here.
No, really, I've been toying with that idea for a couple of weeks because you've actually been on the show 3 times now, and you just slide right in with us, and it works so smoothly with the 5 of us together. And I do think, we've had shows with 2 guests, and it still works great. So I think, having 1 guest and including Vashanti now as a permanent panel member makes sense to me. So, and we just love you so much, Vashanti. We just love you.
Absolutely.
You guys are so nice.
Welcome to the family, Vishanti.
Welcome, Vishanti.
I'm experiencing an emotion.
Oh
Aw.
You're
Oh,
gonna ruin my
Popsicle.
reputation as an emotionless Vulcan.
Yay!
Popsicle says, where'd he
I
go?
love what
I missed
Quiddy
it.
says.
She slides in better than Dick does.
I
And
provide
then
my
Sturp
lubricant.
said slide right in. So smooth phrasing. But Quiddy's had a really good thing to say. He throws celebratory sprinkles at Vishanti.
Yay, sprinkles.
Woohoo!
There. It's official. Vishanti is iNetwork in the new server.
That's right.
Because welcome home.
Yay!
Using me.
I don't know what to say.
Oh gosh.
Tonight has been one fun,
It's been
epic night
fun.
celebrating.
Definitely
Global
has.
Mom.
It has
I
been
hope
awesome.
you had a blast. Really.
I did. It was awesome. I loved it.
Oh yeah, for
Chat
sure.
just
It was
makes
great.
everything better. I love it.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
absolutely.
Yes.
Vashanti,
man.
I'm so glad that you're going to be joining us permanently. It makes so much sense to me. I think you're awesome. I think you're amazing. And Crafty Keela, again, congratulations on joining the iNetwork family. We are so proud of the work you're doing and can't wait to continue to see you grow. We have some more epic shows coming up next week. Make sure you join us. We have for sure Jen's Little Corner joining us and potentially Nervardia. That's still a little up in the air because of her work schedule. And she's also in Australia 12 hours ahead. So we'll just have to see if we can make that work. But we're trying. And then we also have some other people coming up. We are going to be doing some crossovers with that time of the month, which is Cheshire, Sweet Heathen, Manya, and oh my gosh, Nikki. I almost forgot her name for a second. But that time of the month, which is Cheshire and Sweet Heathen show with Manya and Nikki, we're going to be doing some crossovers with them. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's about showing unity and showing that, you know, we are all one family in this community and women can work with other women and we cannot be in competition and we can all work for the same goals. So we're definitely going to be doing that in the future. And with that, there is going to be some lead-up shows. So the week after Jen's Little Corner is on, we are going to be having Nikki from that time of the month on. And we are also going to be having Manya on. And then we'll be looking at doing the crossovers after that. And so I think the crossovers, what we're looking at doing is 2 from our show going to their show for that time of the month in June, and then 2 from their show coming to one of our Sunday shows. That way it's not, 8 to 9 women trying to talk all at once, but that's totally a way to cross over in a good way. Also keep in mind to subscribe to NASA Black Side, which is the permanent panel Vishanti is also on. Make sure you subscribe to mine and Punchy's new channel because we launched this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We are launching earlier in the day from a U.S. time perspective, but that is we want to be able to include the U.K. family. So we figured that was a good time to where we could have the sarcastic barman join us from time to time and some other things. But we are going to be looking at doing Halloween specials, Friday the 13th specials, and doing those fun things too. So make sure you subscribe. Glober Mom, I'm going to let you end and have your final word for the night. But otherwise, thank you guys for coming out tonight. Glober Mom.
Yes, thank you all for coming out. I was going to say a funny story when Vishanti was talking about the air freshener on the chair. She always carries Febreze with her. I can recall when I was little in my my grandmother's house, my dad's mom. My mother was in the kitchen. She was making bread or something, making something, food. And she let out this humongous fart. My grandmother walked over with a can of air freshener and sprayed her butt all over, sprayed her butt. That memory is ingrained in my head forever.
That's awesome.
So even though they are gone, they've passed and they're gone, I have that wonderful memory of them. So I'm glad I have those memories. But yeah, I wanted to mention that. That was just, we all laughed. It was so funny. But I want to thank you all for coming. I've had a great year on YouTube. I never dreamed I'd get to this point, but I'm here and it's been great. So I plan to keep doing it. and being a thorn in some of these almost said debunkers, thorn in some of these people's sides and make them a presence known with them on occasion, so they don't forget about me. I'm just going to do what I do, and you'll see some more debunking videos eventually. I just am so ingrained with this Minecraft that I'm trying to get a few ahead. With my husband off in this lockdown, my whole schedule's been thrown out of whack. So I'm hoping to get back to that soon. But yes, so I'm just loving it. So
awesome.
And I will be putting there'll be no Minecraft video tomorrow, but I will put it out on Tuesday. I haven't had time to record it all this weekend, so I'm going to do that tomorrow. So I will be putting out on Tuesday instead. So look for it. But I've had such a wonderful time, and thank you all for
thank you
accepting me and loving me, and I love this community. We've grown so much in a year. I love it. I love it.
It's amazing.
So I'm happy about that. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So,
and the real cool thing is there's always room for more. So I just think it's great, and the growth is gonna.
It's going to continue.
The growth potential is going to be amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Matt, we got another one, baby.
Super
Crafty Keela for €2 said, "Congratulations, Vishanti. We love you and mommy love ya." Chris Christ Puncher for Canadian $2 said, "Love you, Glober Mom." And make sure you subscribe to me, Crafty Keela and Christ Puncher. I want 61.
He wants 61.
The true challenge.
Type Amy Hogan.
He sure is.
No.
Type Amy Hogan and you'll see the lamp of a sheep. And you'll see, just type Amy Hogan and you'll see the sheep.
Yeah.
And then click subscribe and turn on the bell. That's all.
That's awesome. For your mom. I like that.
That's right.
I think that is a perfect way to wrap up the night. It's been a wonderful, funny night. And
thank you so much.
The UnCalled Four will see you all next week. Have a good night. Bye.
Good night. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Glober Mom, or I'll kill you.
Catch ya.
That's right.
Yeah.
I want to
And
get to
I'll see
500 soon. So
you
come on, chop
in
chop.
the next video.